The story begins with a king named Ahasuerus, who ruled over 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia. When King Ahasuerus was sitting on his royal throne in Shushan, the citadel. In the 3rd year of his reign, he held a banquet for all his princes and his servants, the army of Persia and Media, the nobles, and the princes of the provinces, and he showed them the wealth of his glorious kingdom and the splendor of his magnificence for many days, 180 days to be exact. And when these days were completed, the king held another banquet for 7 days for all the people present in Shushan, the citadel, from the greatest to the least, in the courtyard of the garden of the king's palace. On the 7th day, when the king's heart was in a cheerful mood because of the wine, he told the 7 court officials who were personal attendants to King Ahasuerus to bring before the king Queen Vashti wearing the royal headdress to show the peoples and the princes her beauty, for she was very beautiful. But Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's order that was conveyed through the court officials. The king became very angry, and his rage flared up within him. The king then spoke to the wise men who had insight with regard to precedents. For in this way, the king's matter came before all those versed in law and legal cases. To this, Memucan said in the presence of the king and the princes, it wasn't against the king alone that Queen Vashti had wronged, but against all the princes and against all the peoples in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus. So he suggested, if it seems good to the king, let a royal decree be issued from him, and let it be written among the laws of Persia and Media, which could not be repealed, that Vashti may never again come in before King Ahasuerus. And let the king confer her royal position on a woman who is better than she is. And when the decree of the king is heard in all his vast realm, all the wives will give honor to their husbands, from the greatest to the least. This proposal pleased the king and the princes, and the king did what Memucan said. So he sent letters to all the royal provinces, to each province his own script, and to each people in its own language.